Hello, friend. I want to tell you about the Audi A4 car. This is the last Audi A4, with good, reliable, and faultless engines that you can choose almost blindly. Unfortunately, it is also the first one where buying the wrong version can cost you a lot. The second-generation Audi A4, designated as the B6, replaced the very popular and long-produced B5. The new model featured a slightly more angular silhouette, a slightly modified interior, but it retained the features of its predecessor: good handling, high-quality finish, and a not-so-spacious interior, although here more space was gained in the back and the trunks were slightly enlarged. However, a new body version, the Cabrio, appeared. From a technical perspective, the changes were minor. The multi-link suspension is still responsible for handling, the engines are longitudinally mounted, and the Quattro versions have permanent four-wheel drive with a central differential. What's more, many of the engines are thoroughly modernized but still familiar designs from the predecessor. Thus, the 1.6, 1.8T, and 2.4 petrol engines are in practice the same units as in the B5, but slightly more economical or more dynamic. The naturally aspirated 1.8 engine was withdrawn, replaced by an even better 2.0 with 130 horsepower. In place of the outdated 2.8, a new 3.0 engine appeared. In 2002, the first attempts were made with direct injection, which resulted in a pretty good 2.0 FSI engine with 150 horsepower. The diesel range includes the proven 1.9 TDI and the improved 2.5 TDI. In practice, the riskiest engines are still the 2.5 TDI diesels, although those with a code starting with the letter B can be considered much better. The best is the 180 horsepower BAU. However, this does not change the fact that we are dealing with a V6 diesel unit, which, if only because of the number of cylinders, increases repair costs. What's more, with some units, most often 2.5 TDI with 155 and 163 horsepower, it was possible to order a continuously variable, multitronic automatic transmission. When it is functional, it works phenomenally. Unfortunately, it does not withstand high torque, so its durability is about 150 to 250,000 kilometers, depending on the way of use. It is worth mentioning the 2.0 FSI engine, which some people fear like the plague. In fact, the only drawback is the low profitability of installing a gas system. The opinions about problems with carbon deposits are exaggerated. The intake can be cleaned, and the engine can continue to be quite dynamic and economical. The 1.8T units are at greater risk of major repairs, requiring replacement of hydraulic valve clearance compensators and a fairly expensive timing drive after a longer mileage. However, this is an engine that combines all the best good performance with decent fuel consumption. For those looking for a not very dynamic car but one that does not cause any problems, the 2.0 version with 130 horsepower was created. This and the larger 2.4 in the V6 configuration are the best engines for LPG. For those looking for savings in diesel, the 100 and 115 horsepower 1.9 TDI versions can be recommended. Audi has stuck with the aluminum front suspension with 4 wishbones per wheel. This is a fairly expensive system to service because it is best to replace the entire wishbone even when only individual pieces show play. The consolation, however, is their greater durability. Audi A4 B6 typical faults: peeling paint, failures of accessories in diesel engines, most often unit injectors, flow meters, dual-mass flywheels, timing belt break in the 1.9 TDI engine, stretchable timing, chain 1.8T and 2.0 FSI, brake failures, multitronic automatic transmission failures, 1.8 T petrol engines with 150 and 163 horsepower, 2.0, 2.4, 3.0, and 2.5. TDI diesel engines with 155 and 163 horsepower. Equipment failures, air conditioning, displays. What to look for? The best versions are 2.0 and 2.4, and if you are looking for quattro drive, then 1.8T. From diesels, I recommend 1.9 TDI. What to avoid? Version 2.5 TDI with automatic multitronic gearbox. If you are thinking about installing LPG, I also advise against the 2.0 FSI engine, 150 horsepower. Thanks for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know of any problems with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to write about them in the comments.